ચેપ્ટર નંબર 9માં તમારું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત છે. મેથડ્સ ઓફ સેપરેશન ઇન એવરીડે લાઈફ એટલે કે જુદું પાડવાની પદ્ધતિઓ રોજિંદા જીવનમાં. તો આપણે શરૂ કરીએ. શ્રી સંતરામ ઇંગ્લિશ મીડિયમ સ્કૂલ, તમામ ઇંગ્લિશ મીડિયમ સ્કૂલ, એનસીઆરટી, સીબીએસઈ, ગુજરાત બોર્ડ. तो चैप्टर नंबर 9 लईने शुरू करिए. श्री राम प्रभुना नाम. जय श्री राम. साधु ऐसा चाहिए जैसा धूप सुभाए, सार सार को गही रहे, थोथा दई उड़ाए. Just like winnowing makes the husk below away while retaining the grain, similarly sage let the virtues stay while discarding the vice. Kabir. Millie and his sister Wally are excited for Mali છે ને નામ માલી and his sister Wally છે કે વાલી છે are excited for their summer vacation. Mercy. Their parents have planned a trip to visit their relatives and friends living across India. They always stay in touch with their relatives and friends. Do you also keep in touch with your loved ones? Their first halt is at their nanny's maternal grandmother's house in Haryana. It is surrounded by large fields. Mali and Wali are fascinated by the variety of grains piled up in the courtyard. Their mommy, maternal aunt, and mama, maternal uncle, along with their community member, are busy separating small stones and husks from grains with their fields. Yes. તો જો આ બધા ગ્રેન્સ છે. Mali and Bali are curious to know why this is being done. Their nanny noticed their curiosity and explained, "We are removing these stones so that the grains are fit for cooking." એટલે કાંકરા દૂર કરવા પડે ને. They go around the house to see field and the cattle to keep them busy. Nani gives them a challenge of hand picking small stone from grains while keeping their eyes closed. The methods of picking by hand from a mixture when the two or more substances are mixed, such as a small stone and husk from wheat and rice, is called hand picking. Chalo, what is hand picking? The method of
picking by hand from a mixture when two or more substances are mixed, such as small stones and husk from wheat and rice, is called hand picking.
It is done on the basis of differences in size, color, and shape of particle. If the particle to be removed are present in small quantity and can easily be picked up by hand, hand picking proves to be a convenient method. જો આ રીતે હાથથી છૂટા પાડવાના છે. આ જમવા બેઠા લાગે છે જો. ત્યાં હેન્ડ પિકિંગ બતાવે છે. अच्छा. At lunch, At lunch, Mali and Wali are served steaming hot vegetable pulao while eating the pulao. જો અહીં અંદર પુલાવ આલે છે એમને ખાવા માટે, વેજીટેબલ પુલાવ, બરાબર. While eating the pulao, Nani observed that Mali is separating whole black pepper from the pulao and is placing them aside on his plate. જો એણે કાળું કાળું જે છે ને આ બિયા જો છૂટા પાડી દીધા, હા એને નહીં ભાવતું હોય તો વાલી playfully tease, wow, this is a hand picking method, nice one. એટલે ઓલી એ ટોણો માર્યો, વાહ વાહ ભાઈ તને તો સારું આવડે કે. Nani tells them about the benefit of black pepper and encourage Mali to eat it. કે ભાઈ આ તું મરિયા કાઢીશ નહીં, મરિયા તો ખાવાની વસ્તુ છે, ખૂબ સારી વસ્તુ છે. Later in the day, their mama take them to the field where they observe bundle of harvested wheat stalks lying in the field. Some stalks are sprayed in the sun for drying. Both of them pick up a stack each and notice numerous grains attached to it.
આ લાકડા ઉપર મારીને
હા
જુદા કરે દાણા.
અહીંયા બધા બહુ ગ્રેન્સ ચોટેલા છે અંદર,
ગ્રેન્સ અહીંયા જુદા
આ બધા સ્ટેક કહેવાય. હા પછી શું કરે છે લોકો જો, a group of farmer are beating the stalk on a large wooden log. મોટા લાકડાના ટુકડા ઉપર પછાડે છે. Curiously, Wali asked Mama, why are they doing this? Mama explained, they are beating the stalks to separate the grains. This process of separating grains from the stalk is known as threshing. Chalo, what is threshing? The process
of separating grains from the stalks is known as threshing.
Farmers work hard. Yet even they enjoy their work from time to time. They sing folk song while working. Have fun while you learn. Explore folk song of your region and try to sing along with your friends. એટલે લોકગીત વગાડવાનું. જાગને તું જાદવા, એવી રીતે. The separated grains yet mixed with a pile of husk. હજી એની પર ફોતરા તો ચોટેલા જ છે, ભલે ગ્રેન્સ છૂટા પડી ગયા. Wali whispered to Mali, will the farmer hand pick the grains to remove from the so much husk? She wondered how much time will the farmer take to separate this. તો એક એક દાણો છૂટો પડો કેટલી બધી વાર લાગે. A small amount of puffed rice is mixed with the chana dal. Can you think of separating the mixture by any method other than hand picking? Let us perform an activity to find out the answer to the question raised by Wali. Activity 9.1. Take a handful of roasted peanuts and rub them between your palms. એટલે શેકેલા સિંગ દાણા લેવાના, આમ કસવાના. Yes, what happened? It is possible to separate, remove skin of the peanuts. Now try to blowing it. પછી એને આમ ફૂંક મારવાની એટલે બધા ફોતરા શું થશે? ઉડી જશે. Removal of peanut skin or peanut are blow away. You observe that blowing air separates the heavier and the lighter components. How do you think farmers separate so many grains from husk? Traditionally, a soap bamboo tray, જો આને સુપડું કહેવાય, શું કહેવાય? સુપડું કહેવાય, બાંબુ ટ્રે, બરાબર, is used for separating heavier and lighter component of mixture. Next day, their nana take them to the field to show this process at work. Mali and Wali observed farmer standing on a raised platform, and farmer is moving the bamboo tray which contain threshed wheat grains in the direction of air or wind. What do you infer from figure 9.4? Do both the components, wheat, grains, and husk, fall at the same place? Which of the two components get blown away? Can the wind separate the two components? Yes. એટલે આ રીતે જો એને ઉપણવું કહેવાય. ગુજરાતીમાં શું કહેવાય એના? એટલે આમાં શું થશે? દાણાએ આવી જશે ગ્રેન્સ, અને જે હસ્ક હશે ને હલકું એ પવનની વિરુદ્ધ
આપણે
દિશા.
અહીંયા અગર વિન્ડ ના હોય ને તો આપણે અહીંયા પંખો લગાવી
યા
પણ
એવું કરે છે ને, ખેડૂતો પંખો લગાવે છે ને, એને વિનોવિંગ કહેવાય. શું કહેવાય? This method of separating heavier and lighter component of mixture by wind or by blowing air is called winnowing. What is winnowing?
the method of spreading heavier and lighter the method of separating heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or by blowing air is called winnowing.
Have you seen any similar kind of activity being done at your home? હવે જો એ વિનોવિંગ કરવા માટે Wali is unable to separate husk from rice in a closed room. How can you help? હવે અત્યારે આવા થ્રેસર આવી ગયા બેટા જો. હવે આ લોકોને હા મશીન આવી ગયું. સો ટેકનોલોજીકલ development have resulted developing threshing machine called the thresher. These machines are used for separating grains from the stalk and husk. They perform both the task of threshing and winnowing simultaneously. Next day, Mali and Wali board a train to Ahmedabad to visit their father's friend Ghanshyam Bhai. Before leaving, Wali requests her mommy to prepare mithi puri, sweet Indian bread made from wheat flour, for their journey. Wali, shall I help you knead the wheat flour? Mommy, to prepare a dish with flour, first we need to remove bran that may be present in the flour. વાલી હાઉ ડુ વી ડુ ઇટ? આપણે કેવી રીતે કરીશું? તો જો એમણે શું કર્યું? ચાળણી લીધી. એને સીવિંગ કહેવાય. શું કહેવાય? સીવિંગ.
અહીંયા દાણા રાખે અંદર અને એમાંથી જે નાના દાણા કે પથ્થર કે
Mommy, we use sieves for this purpose. Sieves allow on to the fine flour particles to pass through the holes of the sieve as shown in figure. આમાંથી નાના નાના જે હશે ને લોટ એ જ આવશે. કચરો માટી ક્યાં રહી જશે? ઉપર રહી જશે. Pass through the hole of the sieves as shown in figure. The bigger particles such as bran and small stones remain on the sieves. Carefully observe a sieve. Are all the whole of the sieve the same size? Will sieving work if the whole of the sieves are larger than the substances? If there any difference in the size between the particle that pass through the sieves and the particle that remain on the sieves. Sieving is used when components of a solid mixture have different size. Upon reaching Ahmedabad, they visit Sabarmati Ashram along with Ghanshyam Bhai, where they learn about Namak Satyagraha Dandi March. Have you ever observed sieves being used at a construction site to separate the pebble and the stone from the sand? તમને ખબર છે મકાન બને ને ત્યારે રેતીમાંથી કાંકરાને જુદું પાડવા માટે પણ ચાળણીનો શું થાય છે? હા, હજુ આ દાંડી માર્ચ બતાવી છે. What is Sabarmati Ashram famous for? Draw a poster showing Dandi March and discuss why it was organized. Mali asks, where is it namak called common salt obtained from the sea water? હા, દરિયાનું પાણી. બરાબર. From seawater, replies Ghanshyambai. Seawater is a mixture of salt and some other substances dissolved in water. To obtain salt, the seawater is kept in shallow pits and
સી વોટર આની
એને
અંદર
ખારવા કહેવાય. ખારવા ખલાસી અને ખારવા કહેવાય. બરાબર. So seawater is a mixture of salt and some other substances dissolved in water. To obtain salt, the seawater is kept in a
પાણી ઇવેપોરેટ થઈ જાય પછી મીઠું આવે.
હા, આપણે જોયું હતું ને ત્યાં ભાવનગરને ઓલ બાજુ ગયા ત્યારે મીઠાના, હા, દરિયા કિનારે મીઠાના આવે ખારવા કહેવાય એને, ખાબોચિયા કર્યા કહેવાય. બરાબર. નાના નાના ખાડા કરે. Seawater is a mixture of salt and some other substances dissolved in water. To obtain salt, the seawater is kept in shallow pits and exposed to sunlight and air. In a few days, the water, જો આ રીતે મીઠું છે ને ધીમે ધીમે સુકાઈ જશે અને આ રીતે મીઠાના ઢગલા થઈ જશે. બરાબર.
અંદર મીઠું હોય પછી બહાર ના કાઢે.
હા, પછી એને છે ને સૂકવી નાખે ને પછી એને પાછું પ્યુરિફિકેશન થાય. Evaporates,
ડબ્બામાં ભરેલું હોય છે.
evaporates completely, leaving behind the solid mixture. Common salt is then obtained from the mixture by further purification. Find out about some water bodies in India that contain common salt. One such source, Sambar Lake in Rajasthan. Let us explore how salt can be separated from a salt solution. Activity 9.2. Make, however, observe white patch on the dark colored clothes you wear during hot summer. How are these patches formed? Take a bowl of any container and fill half with water. પછી એમાં 2-3 teaspoon of salt નાખવાનું છે into it and stir till the salt dissolve to form solution. Take a small piece of black or a dark color thick paper and separate a few drops of the salt solution on it. You can also create any art of your choice with this salt solution. Allow it to dry when observe it. જો આ રીતે before drying, after drying are created, art created. A few drop of salt solution sprayed on the thick black paper. Do you observe some patch on the paper? ઉપર આમ ડાઘા ડાઘા જેવું દેખાશે. What do you think it is left on paper? You can feel the presence of salt. એ સોલ્ટના ડાઘા પડે છે. By touching the paper, where has the water disappeared? Recall the chapter A, journey through state of water. Let us prove further to get the answer. ચલો અહીં શું લખ્યું છે? ઇન ધ ટ્રેડિશનલ ઇન્ડિયન સિસ્ટમ ઓફ હોલિસ્ટિક હેલ્થ and medicine called Ayurveda, the herbs or part of plant are prescribed as remedies. These ingredients like roots, leaves, flower or seeds of various medicine plant are often dried in the shade. This practice facilitates the evaporation of excess of water, leaving behind the important part of medicine. Let us activity 9.3. Mercy.
Activity 9.3. Let us investigate. This activity may be demonstrated by the teacher. Take some salt solution prepared in activity 9.2 in China dish. China dish એટલે ટ્રાન્સપેરેન્ટ ડીશ આવે.
આ ડીશ ચાઇના ડીશ રકાબી જ કહેવાય. આપણે ઘરમાં ચા પીએ છીએ ને એવી જ રકાબી.
Yes. If a China dish is not available, another suitable vessel may be used. heat and let the water boil away as shown in figure 9.8. એટલે અહીંયા boil કરે છે. Allow the china dish to cool down. What do you observe? What is left in china dish? Did you get the salt back? You can feel the presence of salt in china dish by touching the salt with your fingers.
Right.
Observe the figure. Does it answer the question? Can you name the process provided?
Condensation and evaporation. Is there any
method through which I get back both salt and water?
આ રીતે જો કરીએ ને તો અહીં સોલ્ટ બી મળી જાય અહીંયા અને વોટર બી મળી જાય. ચાલો પછી
It is now the time for Mali and Wali to visit Dada and Dadi, paternal grandparents residing in Pondicherry, located in southern India. They are excited to meet their old neighborhood friend Balan. After reaching Pondicherry, they start talking about the old times and do not realize that it is already evening. Dadi's tea time. Dada, I shall prepare tea for you, children. We will also help you as Dada makes the tea. He shares tips on how to make a cup of tea. Means શીખવાડતા હતા કેવી રીતે ચા બનાવવાની. Balan, after preparing tea, how do you remove the tea leaves? Dada, obviously with a strainer. You know, if we do not have a strainer, we can still remove most of the tea leaves. Yes. Wali, how? Dada, leave the saucepan vessel containing tea undistributed for some times. Sometimes are gently pour the tea in a cup. Figure 9.9. Wali, oh yes. And then the tea leaves will be stilled and at the bottom. The process of stealing down of heavier insoluble component at the bottom of a liquid is called sedimentation. Sedimentation नहीं का बोली जाओ. Sedimentation. The process of stealing down of heavier insoluble component at the bottom of a liquid is called sedimentation. When the water liquid is removed by tilting the vessel, the process is called decantation. જેમ કે કોક વાર
નીચે કચરો બેસી જાય ને તળિયે ડેકેનેશન
મીન્સ કે જ્યારે મમ્મી ખીચડી બનાવે ત્યારે નહીં કરતી હતી.
હા જો
આમ હાથ
બતાવ્યું છે.
રાખીને
ઓ
પાણી નીકાળે.
યસ ઓ ઓ
Oh, then
ડેફિનેશન
decantation is
detonation is also
decantation is also used in washing and cleaning of rice
rice
and pulses.
in the
In the chapter Materials Around Us, you have studied the oil does not mix with water and forms a separate layer when left undistributed for some time. Which method of separation would you use to separate oil and water? Dada, but I can still get a few tea leaves in my mouth because declination does not completely separate all tea leaves from the tea.
balan. Oh, it means it is not a proper method of separation. That yes, you are right. The tea is ready now. Ali, pick up the tea strainer એટલે ગરણી લાઈ from the shelf એટલે અંદર જે ઓલું હોય ને કબાટ ખાનું સેલ્ફ એને શું કહેવાય સેલ્ફને શું કહેવાય જાનું drawer, huh? And gives it to the his dada. Dada, let me pour the tea through strainer. You can see that all the tea leaves collected in the strainer. This process of separating tea leaves from tea is called filtration. Bali asked Mali if he could use a tea strainer to filter muddy water. Let us try to find out. Dada also tried to filter the muddy water through the piece of a cloth and observe the difference. તેને શું ફેર પડ્યો Mali, why should you use piece of cloth? Dada, in the piece of cloth there are very small holes or pore between the woven thread. These pore એટલે છિદ્રો pore એટલે છિદ્ર in the cloth can be used as a filter. People in ancient time also follow this practice. How many layer of cloth do I need to use to get clean water? But if water is still muddy, impurities can be separated using filter with even smaller holes or pores. A filter paper is one of such filter that has a very fine pore in it. તો આપણે શું વાપરવું પડે પહેલાં કાપડની જગ્યાએ ફિલ્ટર પેપર વાપરવું પડે બહુ એમાં નાના નાના છિદ્રો હોય જો આ રહ્યું આ ફિલ્ટર પેપર બતાવ્યું છે એને પછી વાળ્યું કોન બનાવ્યો અને પછી આ રીતે કોન બનાવી દીધો છે Activity 9.4. Try to fold a filter paper yourself and make a cone shown in figure. Place it inside a funnel capped on a conical flask and pour muddy water into it. જો આ રીતે મળી વોટર કેવું ફિલ્ટર થઈ ગયું જો દેખાય છે ને એકદમ ચોખ્ખું આ ફ્લાસ્ક છે આ જે છે ને નીચે ફ્લાસ્ક કહેવાય આને ફનલ કહેવાય બેટા આ ફનલ કહેવાય આ કોનિકલ ફ્લાસ્ક કહેવાય આને ટ્રાયપોડ કહેવાય અને આને ફિલ્ટર પેપર કહેવાય હા તારા બાપા 24 વર્ષથી કેમેસ્ટ્રી ભણાવે છે ઓકે મારા મહર્ષિ આ ફિલ્ટર આ ફનલ છે આ ફિલ્ટર પેપર છે આ કોનિકલ ફ્લાસ્ક છે આ ટ્રાયપોડ સ્ટેન્ડ છે અને બરાબર એને ફિલ્ટ્રેશન પ્રોસેસ કહેવાય વોટ ડુ યુ ઓબ્ઝર્વ Do the mud practice particle pass through filter paper? No. The water coming from funnel will be collected in conical flask. Yes. You will get mud as a residue on the filter paper and clear water as a filter in the conical flask. Other than the filter paper, many materials such as cotton, charcoal, and sand can be used as a filters. Charcoal filter આવે બેટા The choice of filter depend upon the size of the particle of the material to be removed. આપણે ચોઈસ છે એના ઉપર ધારો કે ચા ગળવી હોય તો કપડું નહીં તો ભાઈ ગળણી અને પણ પાણી ગળવું હોય તો ફિલ્ટર પેપર લેવું પડે બરાબર પાણી માટે કપડું બી ચાલે. આપણે જૂના જમાનામાં માટલામાં પાણી ભરતા હતા તો કપડુંથી ગાળતા હતા બેટા. Let us activity 9.5. Let us design the create. Wali goes for a nature walk with her daddy and collect some water from the pond in the container. She observes some unwanted substances in it, design and create a working model of water filter using how low cost material. The tea bags were initially made up of soft cloth like silk because it could hold the tea leaves and let water pass through. Silk was strong and did not fall apart when it touched the hot water. Later, people start using gauze or muslin. Eventually, they began using filter paper, which is what most tea bags are made of today. અત્યારે જે ટી બેગ્સ છે ને એ ફિલ્ટર પેપરમાંથી બનેલી છે. શેમાંથી બનેલી બેટા? ગ્રીન ટી આવે છે ને. Mali and Wali go to the boat ride in a nearby river with their dada and his friend Otukkam. Otukkam is a fisherman. As they cast the fishing net, water rains out through the mess. જાળીમાંથી પાણી નીકળી જાય. Wali recalled the filtration method she had learned and raised that this method of catching the fish is somewhat similar. જો આ રીતે હોય ને, માછલીઓ જાળીમાં પકડી જશે અને જાળીમાંથી પાણી નીકળી જશે. Mali is taken aback when he sees plastic bags, broken bottle, a large fish with a straw stuck in the mouth, and food wrapped along with the other fish trapped in the net. Let us raise awareness about the issue related to the river and ocean pollution by composing a poem. A few lines have been written here. Add more lines. Piece of plastic in my net. As I pain, I cry. Collies, collies, where are you, dear? Papa fish cries and Mama fish has tears. Aware of harm, yet they let it flow. Collies are faintly hear mother's sorrow. Stop plastic pollution at source. River are our huge resource. Discuss with your parents. A bowl of milk in your home has gone sour. ખાટું થઈ જાય ને. Discuss with your parents how you can use it in other way. Also, which method of separation will you use in this process? Mali and Bali take blessings from their Dada and Dadi, bid goodbye to Balan and travel to Madhya Pradesh. The train reached Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. The sun is rising and it is getting hot. On their way to Masi, Metal and aunt home, they drink chach, buttermilk in the dhaba, a roadside eatery. Mali asks the shopkeeper about big painting hanging on the wall. આવી એક પેઇન્ટિંગ દેખાણે એને તો કે આ શું કરે છે? And the dhaba, the shopkeeper explained that the picture shows the lady performing process of churning. Curd is using big શું લખ્યું છે? મથાણી, ચર્નર, મથાણી. આમાં મથે ને મથાણી કહેવાય. And to separate butter. In this process, the butter being lighter floats on the top. માખણ ઉપર આવી જાય બેટા. હા, મથાણી ત્યાં ઝેરીએ ને, ઝેરવું કહેવાય એને. બા ઝેરે છે ને ગ્રાઇન્ડ આપણે શેનાથી? બા શેનાથી ઝેરે છે? ગ્રાઇન્ડરથી. યસ. The butter being lighter floats on the top while the buttermilk is left behind. Their stay at Masi's place has become enjoyable and they are looking forward to share all memories with their friends upon returning home now. It is time for them to reach their final destination of the trip. Shillong, the capital of Meghalaya. Can you name one kitchen appliances which run on electricity that use for prepare buttermilk? The grinder. ચાલો શિલોંગની રાજધાની કઈ છે બેટા? સોરી, મેઘાલયની રાજધાની કઈ છે? શિલોંગ. On their arrival at the Bua, paternal auntie house in Shillong, they notice a carpenter making a wooden door. While working, he accidentally dropped a few iron nails in the sawdust. આ રીતે જો અંદર તો એણે શું કરી જો લોહી ચુંબક લીધું. આપણે અહીં હતું ને હમણાં લોહી ચુંબક, મેગ્નેટનું પીસ લીધો. હા, આવો મેગ્નેટનો પીસ લીધો. જો આ મેગ્નેટ છે અને લોખંડની ખીલી અંદરથી લાકડાના વેરમાંથી સુથારભાઈએ કાઢી લીધી. એને મેગ્નેટિક સેપરેશન કહેવાય. શું કહેવાય બેટા? યસ, ધ કાર્પેન્ટર સ્ટાર્સ hand picking the iron nails. Thank you. Yes. Yes. The carpenter start hand picking the iron nails. The children tell the carpenter to wait. They get a magnet from their bua. They ask the carpenter to move the magnet through the sawdust. એટલે લાકડાના વેરમાંથી આમ જેવું આમ મેગ્નેટ ફેર્યું ને, all the nail get attracted to it. Which method of separation did the carpenter use? Magnetic separation બોલાય. શું બોલાય બેટા? Yes. Recall the chapter Explore Magnets. The substances which are attract over a magnet are called magnetic substances. Iron is a common example of a magnetic substance. Separation of magnetic and non-magnetic substance by using a magnet is called magnetic separation. So what is magnetic separation? Substance
separation of magnetic and non-magnetic substances by using a magnet is called magnetic separation.
Nowadays, recycle use magnets to separate iron article from the heap of waste. In many industries, yes, many industries, the waste material often contains scrap iron. This is separated from the heap of waste material using magnetic fitted to a crane. The scrap iron can be recycled and reused. Mali and Wali had delightful holiday, and the Bharat Ki Yatra, a tour of India filled with fun, will be an everlasting memory for them. They not only enjoy exploring different regions of India but also gain a lot of knowledge about various methods of separation of substances. Write a following, perhaps a small slips of paper, separating small stones from pulses, churning curd to obtain butter, taking out green chili from cooked dalai, dish made of broken wheat, or poha, dish of made of floated, flattened rice, એટલે poha કહેવાય. Taking out seeds from watermelon, sorting piles of sawdust and iron nail from mixed heap of building material, picking a marigold flower from a heap of flower to make a garland, separating pebble from sand, separating coconut piece from rice flour, separating oil from water, separating salt from the salt solution. Now take two baskets, each representing one of the two purposes for which we separate substance from two teams and see who will get the maximum correct entries. પતી ગયું ચેપ્ટર. હવે આપણે ખાલી સોલ્યુશન જ જોવાનું છે. This activity help in assessing your understanding as to why we separate substances. This is the keywords. ચાલો હવે સમરી, ચાલો સમરી મહર્ષિભાઈ વાંચશે.
Handpicking is used for separating solid materials on the basis of differences in size, color, and shape from a mixture. The process in which the stalks are beaten to separate grains from them is called threshing. The method of separating lighter husk from heavier grains by wind or blowing air is called winnowing. The process of separating solids from a mixture based on various in particle size using a sieve is called sieving.
Sieving.
Evaporation is the process in which a liquid gets converted into its vapor. It called be used to separate a solid dissolved in a liquid. The process of settling down of heavier insoluble component at the bottom of a liquid is called sedimentation. When the liquid is removed by tilling the vessel, the process is called decantation. Filtration can be used to separate insoluble solid components from a liquid. Churning is used to extract butter from curd. Separation of magnetic and non-magnetic substances by using a magnet is called magnetic separation.
Play a game. Wise fish. Prepare your own fishing rod with locally available eco-friendly material. Tie a thread to one end and rod and a magnet to the free end of the thread. The tank is one has a red cardboard fish and tank 2 has a blue cardboard sleeve attracted to iron clips. Fish out a red fish representing the method of separation of first and then fish out on the blue sleeve related to the red one. Watch out for your friend. Are they fishing out correctly? આ રીતે જો filtration, decantation, condensation, hand picking, churning, evaporation, winnowing, sedimentation, sieving, threshing and magnetic separation. આટલી બધી મેથડ છે. Then me, difference in magnetic property, difference in size and solid particle. પછી heavier particles settle down, mixture of oil and water, extracted butter from curd, separate salt from seawater, heating stocks to remove grains, conversion of water vapor into its liquid state, insoluble particle get filtered as residue, larger particle are hand-picked, lighter particle of mixture is separated by blowing air. Let us enhance our learning. Question number 1. What purpose does hand-picking serve in the process of separation? Sorting. Very good. Question number 2. Exercise. Which of the following substances are commonly separated using churning method?
Cream
From milk. Cream from milk. Very good. Question number 3. Which factor is usually essential for the filtration? પોર સાઇઝ એટલે છિદ્રની સાઇઝ. ટ્રુ ફોલ્સ. Salt can be separated from salt solution by keeping it under the sun. True, very good. Second, hand picking should be used only when the quantity of one component is less. True, very good. A mixture of puffed rice and rice grains can be separated by threshing. False. તો શું આવે એમાં? હેન્ડ પિકિંગ કરવું પડે ને. A mixture of mustard oil and lemon water can be separated by decantation. True. Sieving is used to separate a mixture of rice flour and water. False. Very good. Match the column. ચાલો મેચ કરવાનું છે. Gram flour mix with black gram. તો સીવિંગ આવશે એને, બરાબર. સેકન્ડ, ચોક પાવડર મિક્સ વિથ વોટર. ચોક પાવડર ફિલ્ટ્રેશન. E. Yes, very good. Third, corn mixed with potatoes. Hand picking. Four, iron powder mixed with sawdust. Magnetic separation. Very good. And oil mixed with water. Decanation. Very good. Question number 6. In what situation would you use the decanation instead of filtration to separate solid from liquids?
Decantation can be used increase of filtration when solid particles are lighter than liquid with which is mixed and float over the liquid. For examples, to separate sawdust from water, talcum powder from water, etc.
Question number 7. Can you relate the presence of nasal hair to any separation process? નાકમાં જે વાળ છે એનો કોઈ ઉપયોગ છે? આન્સર.
Nasal hairs filters the air we breathe and therefore protects us from infection by airborne viruses, bacteria and other germs.
યસ, એટલે આપણું નાકમાં જે વાળ છે એ જમ્સને એનાથી બચાવે છે. Question number 8. During COVID-19 pandemic, all of us wore masks. Generally, what material are they made of? What is the role of this mask? આન્સર આપશે મહર્ષિભાઈ.
We all wore masks during COVID-19 pandemic. The project also shields from infection caused by virus infected air around us. Masks are made of cloth or other material that filters out particles and comfortable or breathable. Masks are generally made of materials like cotton, synthetic fibers, etc. Their role is to filter out airborne particles including viruses and bacteria. We put a mask on our nose to protect ourselves from dirt, infected or polluted air. Since the mask avoids exposure to the infected air, harmful exhaust of vehicles, thus prevents harmful gases, infected air and dust particles entering our body.
Very good. Question number 9. A mixture containing potato, salt, sawdust has been given to you. Outline a stepwise procedure for separating each component from this mixture. Stepwise procedure for separating each component from a mixture containing potato, salt, and sawdust is follow. Potato can be easily removed from the given mixture by the method of hand picking. બટાકા તો વીણી લેવાના આમ. Step 2. Then mixture of salt and sawdust is added to water. Salt being soluble in water get dissolved while sawdust being insoluble get remain suspended over the water due to the lighter weight. Step 3. Sawdust લાકડાનો ભૂકો can be separated from salt solution by process of decantation. Finally, salt is obtained from salt solution by evaporation. Question number 10, last question. Read the following story titled Intelligent Leela and tick the most appropriate option. Provide a suitable title of your choice for the paragraph. Leela was working in the farm where her father, when she realized that they left their drinking water at home. Before her father felt thirsty, hungry, she went to the nearby pond to fetch some water grains. After obtaining some water in the container, she noticed that their water is muddy and unfit આવે આમાં ફિટ કાઢી નાખવાનું, અનફિટ રાખવાનું. થ્રસ્ટી રાખવાનું, હંગ્રી નહીં રાખવાનું, બરાબર. પછી વોટર લાવે ને, ફેચ સમ વોટર, ગ્રેન્સ થોડી લાવીએ, તરસ લાગી હોય ગ્રેન થોડી લાવે. ટુ પ્યુરિફાય વોટર સી કેપ્ટ it for some time and then she filtered. ચણ ના આવે, ચણ ના કરાય, એને ફિલ્ટર કરવાનું. The muddy water using the piece of paper, muslin cloth. એને ક્લોથ લીધું, અહીંયા પેપર કઈ ખેતરમાંથી લાવે બચારી. Leela then cooled and boiled the water for about 10 minutes. Cooled ના આવે, boil કરવું 10 minutes આવે. In a covered pan. After cooling નહીં, boiling. Filtered churn it again and made unfit કાઢી નાખવાનું. For drinking, she served this water to her father while having food, who bless her and appreciate her effort. અને શું નામ આપશો? પ્યુરિફિકેશન ઓફ water. Okay. Now, learner further. Fun with parents. We are proud of our Indian heritage. Under supervision of your elder, try to prepare some herbal remedies using various parts of plant. For example, tulsi, kala. Which method of separation will you use while preparing herbal kala? Stage play. Imagine you and your friend and Mali and Wali written dialogue of play presenting their entire Bharat ki yatra, highlighting the different method of separation of substance that they observe. Enact the play in your school assembly. Group activity. Observe and list separation method you employ. The notice in your surrounding through a week. Explain a reason behind using these methods and compile the ones you utilize or observed the most. Compare your observation with your group member. Be a stalwart of your community. Interview a rag picker and prepare a case study about method of separation he or she use in this her daily life. Encourage children of your community below 14 joining neighborhood school. Be a reporter. Gather a newspaper clipping and article related to various methods of separating implemented in your society, such as agriculture field or at a construction site. Conduct an interview with a local farmer to explore the latest agriculture separation method that they use. Think like a scientist. Think like a scientist. You are provided with a mixture of iron nail, sand, black pepper, stone, common salt, and water. Which step will you follow to separate each component of mixture? This given step may help you to think like scientists. I observe and I wonder. You might have wonder about the questions such as which component should I separate first? તો પહેલાં મેગ્નેટથી કાઢી લેવાય ને. What method separate method I use first? Magnetic separation. How can we separate this component effectively? Will some of the component be soluble in water? What properties of the component can help us in their separation? What is the most appropriate sequences? Activity steps. Some possible answer to the question which occurred in my mind are: I perform under the following method of separation. My findings are this. Hint: mixture that has more than two components required a combination of several method of separation. ચાલો અહીંયા આપણે હવે જે ફૂલ માર્ક્સ છે એના જે શોર્ટ MCQ છે હું ફટાફટ બોલી જાઉં છું. પરીક્ષામાં તમારે કામ આવશે. આપણી ચેનલને જરૂર સબસ્ક્રાઈબ અને લાઈક કરશો. ચેનલનું નામ મહર્ષિ લખી રહ્યો છે. હું આન્સર બોલી રહ્યો છું. ફર્સ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન: Method of separation of component from a mixture are many. Only one, only two, only three, many methods. Second question: Method of separation of grains from stalk is threshing. The process of separation of tea leaf by the strainer is called filtration. Fourth question: The process of conversion of water into vapor is called evaporation. Question number 5: In which of the following separation technique the insoluble particle get filtered as a residue? Answer છે filtration. Nita bought some vegetables such as French beans, ladyfinger, green chili, tomato, and potato all mixed in a bag. Which of the following method are used to separate them? તો એનું નામ છે hand picking. Sonu's grandmother is suffering from diabetes. The doctor advised her to take lassi with less fat content. Which of the following method are used to prepare it? તો એને તૈયાર કરવા માટે કઈ મેથડ યુઝ થાય છે? તો એનું નામ છે ચર્નિંગ, છાશ બનાવવાની પ્રક્રિયા. Which of the following mixture would you be able to separate using the method filtration? તો એનો આન્સર છે corn flask in milk. Question number 9: Which among the following method would be used to separate grain from bundle of stalks? The answer is threshing. And 10th question: While preparing chapati, Sneha found that the flour to be used was mixed with wheat grains. The following is a suitable method to separate the grains from the flour. Then answer છે sieving. Short question 1: What is strainer? Strainer is a kind of sieve, ચારણી છે, which is used to separate a liquid from solid. Second question: Name the method used to separate cream from milk. Churning. CHURINING. How will you, question 3, how will you separate mung from mixture of mango and apple? Hand picking. Question number 4: You are given a mixture of salt and sand. You can separate by the hand picking? No, we cannot separate by hand picking. Question number 5: Name the method used for separate the piece of stone from grains. Hand picking. Question number 6: How can you separate grain from stalk? We separate grain from stalk by threshing. THRESING. What type of material can be separated by using hand picking? The material having different size and color can be separated by hand picking. Question number 8. Name the other method used to separate solid material of different size. The answer is sieving. Question number 9. Name the process used to separate heavier and lighter component of mixture. Winnowing. Can the above stated method be used if both the components have the same weight? No, the method cannot be used. What is evaporation? The process of conversion of water into the vapor is called the evaporation. Name the method by which we get salt from ocean. Evaporation. Question number 13. Define condensation. The process of conversion of water vapor into liquid from its form is called condensation. Question 14. Write the opposite process of evaporation. Condensation. Question 15. Name the method used to separate mixture of two insoluble liquids. Sedimentation and decantation. Question number 16. Which method is used to separate a husk from wheat grain? Winnowing method. What is the sedimentation? When the heavier component of mixture settle down in the container is known as sedimentation. Question number 16. Define the term magnetic separation. Separation of mixture and non-magnetic substance by using a magnet is called magnetic separation. What is mixture? When two or more than two substances are mixed together in any ratio, then it is called a mixture. How many methods are there to separate? Hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sedimentation, decantation, filtration, evaporation, and condensation. Okay. Now the blanks. Cream is separated from milk by churning. Common salt is obtained from seawater by evaporation. Husk is separated from rice by winnowing. The method used to settle down the suspended particle in muddy water is called sedimentation. Small piece of stone can be removed from rice by khalya method or obtained from the stalk by threshing. Hand picking. Second, blank are obtained from stalk by threshing. Grains, dana male. Husk from wheat flour is generally removed by sieving. The process of setting of heavier particle is called sedimentation. Filtration is helpful in separating an insoluble blank from a blank, solid from a liquid. Column AB, the method of separating slightly heavier and lighter impurities, larger size impurities. Hand picking, the process that is used to separate grains from stalks. Threshing, the method used to separate heavier and lighter component from mixture. Winnowing, the process of conversion of water into vapor. Evaporation, the process of conversion of water vapor and its liquid, that is called condensation. And last and true false. Oil mixed with water, decantation. Salt mixed with water, evaporation. Lady finger mixed with French bees, hand picking. Iron powder mixed with flour, magnet. Rice flour mixed with lady kidney beans, sieving. True false. The mixture of honey and water can be separated by process called sedimentation. False. Salt can be obtained from seawater by evaporation method. Salt. તો અહીંયા ફોલ્સ આપી છે બેટા. We can obtain paneer from milk by adding a few drops of lemon juice to milk and then filtering the mixture through a strainer. True. Two liquids that do not mix with each other can be separated by decantation. True. We can separate butter from milk by churning method. True. A mixture of oil and water can be separated by filtration. False. Water can be separated from salt by evaporation. True. A mixture of wheat grain and wheat flour can be separated by sieving. True. A mixture of iron filling and rice flour can be separated by magnet. True. A mixture of wheat grain and rice flakes can be separated by winnowing. True. A mixture of tea leaves and milk can be separated by decantation. False. ઓકે, તો અહીંયા તમારું ચેપ્ટર આપણે પૂર્ણ જાહેર કરીએ છીએ. થેન્ક્સ ફોર વોચિંગ વિથ મી એન્ડ મહર્ષિ. લાઈક this channel, subscribe this channel. જય શ્રી રામ, જય મહારાજ, જય સીતારામ, જય સીતારામ.
Like, share, and subscribe this channel. Jai Sri Ram.
Thank you very much.